Here we are going to talk about the augmented reality, or in short, we call it AR. So AR is very different from the VR. So basically, VR is trying to provide the immersive experience, so that the user will think that they are they locate in the certain remote environment. It could be a mirror world, or it could be a virtual world. But however, the AR actually it tries to combine the information from the information world from the database with the information from the senses, which means the real world. So one of the example to the AR is for example, like the Pokemon Go that I believe many of you have tried before. So you can use your smartphone, and then you can put some you can turn it on the AR mode, and so that there will be some small monsters appear on your screen, and when you like move your screen to a different location, that small monster will be you can say it sticks with at the same location, and to trick you like that monster exists in the real world. But however, this type of experience is still a little bit different from the one of the next visualization technology that we are going to introduce, which is the MR. So some people actually categorize MR with the AR together, but however, to me and to my understanding, the AR we could define that the AR is the putting the virtual information or virtual object to the real world, but however, without having the interaction with the real world environment. So basically, for example, like the small monster is just appear in the like in the middle of the air, and it doesn't really consider whether that location is reasonable or not. So it just appear over there. So basically, AR the AR basically is kind of like you drop a certain information over the real world, and then you can access those information locally in the 2D view, and those 2D view is usually the location aware mobile device, for example, like your smartphone. So to give you another example, this is one of the old-time AR example, but however, to me, this represent the AR. This represent the AR that we are talking about. So, for example, this is what you can do is you can put your smartphone like this, and then because your smartphone has a lot of sensor, so it understand that where what is the location that you are you locate, and also what's the orientation of your smartphone. And so accordingly, this application can show some corresponding information on your screen. But however, as you can see, those information they just float in your floated on your screen, and so it has a certain direction. But however, the photo or the video that your camera captured, it doesn't really interact with this like virtual information that you have on your screen. They are kind of like just additional layer that you put on the you can say on the video that your camera captured. And on the other hand, for example, you can also put, for example, the navigation direction, but however, it just a certain direction, and then it doesn't really it also doesn't really have some interaction with the real world objects either. And on the other hand, some of the AR was achieved by using, for example, like some feature recognition based target, what I'm trying to say is that some of the AR, they are using, for example, like QR code or some certain spatial patterns, so that and then when you launch a certain application, and that application is able to identify those features, and then correspondingly, the application will show some three-dimensional model attached or defined by the coordinate system of that certain feature. So for example, it could be a certain card that and on the certain card, and you have some QR code, and then when you show that when your smartphone see that that card and see that QR code, and then the one certain 3D model will appear on top of that card on your screen, on your smartphone screen. And then when you move that card in the real world, the corresponding 3D model will move accordingly as well. It's kind of like that 3D model is defined, the precision and orientation of that 3D model is defined by the card, and that is also one popular way to achieve the AR, to realize the AR application as well. So, but however, so it has a certain kind of like a certain interaction with the real world object, but however, in my personal opinion, it still doesn't really interact with the real world objects. For example, like when you have that card, you can still put, for example, you can still you can still make those like virtual objects to like pass or to pass through a real world object, and that is not so convincing that there is a certain virtual object located in the real world environment. So basically that's my understanding to the AR, and also of course some people will argue that MR, the mixed reality, is a part of AR, and I'm not going to engage that argument because it's just two different definition. And to me, AR is you put some virtual information on your screen, and that virtual information has some it has none or has very limited interaction with the real world objects. So basically, that is the definition I have, and the definition I introduce over here. Okay, so for the AR, actually, I prepared two videos for other information, and both of them, they are from Google. One is the Google Glasses from the first generation of the Google Glasses, you can say, from 2013, and then here we have a certain video to indicate that version. But however, Google, due to some issues, Google didn't really introduce these Google Glasses to the public. So this product is not really happened or really purchasable in the market. So, but however, on the other hand, in 2022, in the Google I/O in 2022, Google introduced another Google Glasses product, and they call it Google AR glasses, and that glasses is for the you can say to achieve a very specific task, which is the real-time translation. So basically, when when the people communicate with you in one language, and that Google Glasses has a microphone to reckon, and has a certain microcontroller to identify and to realize what are that language, and what is that language, and then what or what is the sentence, and then it will automatically translate that into a language that you are familiar with, and then show it on the glasses. So that is kind of like adding the subtitle adding the subtitle to the real world. So you in this case you can communicate with with people that doesn't really speak the same language, and it can help the communication a lot. Although whether these like Google AR glasses for the real-time translation is necessary or not is debatable. But however, this is one way this is one kind of like useful application that one AR glasses can provide. So, in the class, we are going to watch these two videos, and then we will briefly discuss them as well.